All right. Well, my clock just turned, so I know your time is valuable, everybody. Again, this is Tom Randall, and I've got my partner in crime here, Dennis Reiner, who's helping spearhead this Integrity Short-Term Care Initiative training that we're doing, and we're really excited about it today. And I'm going to turn it over to Dennis, and I'll let you do a short intro for Kelly. We're really pleased, everybody, to have the AVP of Medical here today to do the training. So, Dennis, go ahead and say hi, and I'll turn it over to you two. Thanks, guys.
Hello, everyone. Hey, thanks again for joining us, as Tom said, and want to thank Kelly, longtime friend and one of the real great talents in our business. And so, Kelly, we appreciate you taking time, even though we know that you had to fit this in last minute. So I'll turn it over to you. And I think for everyone on the call, we usually go about 30 minutes on this particular topic. And so, Kelly, it's all yours.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So hello, everybody. How are you? This is Kelly Rayburn from the Wellabe Medico sales team. I'm pretty excited about coming to you this week after Labor Day. I was joking around with Dennis and Tom. For those of you that heard, I'm actually on vacation. So I kicked my husband out of the house. He's actually that old dude on the golf cart that's on our drawing on the right-hand side. So he's enjoying a little bit of time out of the house while I'm talking with you. So I just want to let you know I want to make this as interactive as possible. So Tom and Dennis are going to man the Q&A box for me while I'm going through the content. So if you guys have any questions while I'm rolling through this, by all means, please stop us and let's get those questions answered. So you guys all know that short-term care insurance not only helps clients really maintain the active lifestyle like you and I are wanting to do, while we age, but it also makes sure that their retirement savings are well protected so they can do more, worry less, and make every day better. So, and according to the Administration for Community Living, people turning 65 today have almost a 70% chance of needing some type of care services or support in their remaining years. That's about 40% of people are going to need less than 1 year of at-home in paid care services, while about 37% of people need less than 1 year of skilled nursing. So when a healthcare situation leads to an in-home or a skilled nursing assistance, it can really quickly deplete funds. So extended care, it's very expensive, as we all know, and costs can add up super quick. So let's take a look at how to eliminate some of those costs with using private insurance, such as a short-term care plan. I can get my slide to roll. There we go. So our short-term care product, it offers coverage for extended care for in-home or facility. It covers both medical and non-medical. It is a true indemnity plan. It is not reimbursement. And the benefit is paid per day, no matter what service is received. Plan options are all reflexive based on how the client answers the 11 healthcare questions. And those questions are, we're going to go over those in just a second. But if clients answer no to all of the healthcare questions on the application, they're going to go through a standard underwriting to get into our Essential Care plans. So the Essential Care Plus plan, if they qualify for it by answering no to all the 11 questions, they're going to go through a standard underwriting procedure. They can get a benefit up to $300 a day for up to 360 days of in-home health care with either a 0 or 20-day elimination period. And the benefits are going to restore one time if the insured becomes fully recovered after that qualifying event, which means they do not need to receive care for at least 180 days. A client can also elect, if they qualify for the Essential Care Plus, a client can also elect to get a $500 a day up to 360 days for a separate facility care benefit rider. So what are the questions you ask? Kelly, what are those questions? Those questions are one knockout question. And that question is, are you currently receiving care for assistance with 2 of the 6 activities of daily living or a cognitive impairment, or been advised that you need the care? So if they can answer no to that question, they are going to receive some sort of program on the Essential Care platform. Questions 2 and 3 are 6-month knockout questions, meaning one of them is mobility assistance or the use of oxygen on a daily basis, and then confined to a facility or utilized home health care in the last 6 months. The rest of the questions outside of the very last one are all 24-month look back questions, and they are diagnosed or treated for nervous system or memory loss, motor neuron diseases, paralysis, amputation of a limb, diabetes requiring insulin or a combination with heart or kidney disease, being diagnosed for an internal or metastasized cancer, liver, kidney, lung diseases, treated for heart diseases or fractures as a result of osteoporosis. And then the last question is a 10-year look back question with the AIDS, HIV, or AIDS related complex. Now, if your client answers no to the first 6 questions, but answers yes to any of the questions that are remaining, there's a little less underwriting that goes into it, but they would qualify for the Essential Care Plan. So this daily benefit that they could receive is up to $150 a day for 360 days of in-home health care with a 20-day elimination period. They can also elect that facility care rider with a daily dollar amount of $250 a day up to 360 days for that rider. So I just want to let you know that whenever we talk about the Essential Care and the Essential Care Plus, as well as the limited benefit rider, which we're going to get to here in a minute, everything in our base plan is based on home health care service days. And that's very important for you to understand, because if a person is needing home health care, let's say for 3 days a week, and they're only using 3 days a week of that in-home health care, those 360 days that they have elected for their plan could actually stretch out for quite a while, right? Could go past that year. In addition to the fact that that one-time restoration can come back to those service days. So let's say, for instance, a client says they answer no to the first question, but answer yes to any of the questions 2 through 6. And they're applying with someone else, which means that we'll use John and Kelly Rayburn. So Kelly is extremely healthy. She gets into one of the Essential Care plans. John answers no to the first question, but answers yes to one of the first few questions, which, let's say that question is he's treated for a nervous system or memory loss disease. He would then only qualify for the limited benefit rider because Kelly is going to be an essential care policy holder. So now John, an unhealthy spouse, is going to become part of Kelly's plan with his own separate benefit. He would be able to get up to $100 a day for up to 180 days of that in-home healthcare service with a 90-day elimination period only. So he would be able to have some sort of benefit for in-home healthcare because Kelly has qualified for an essential care plan. He would then be able to have something. So what we've done is we've brought a type of plan to you that will take the no off the table, because we've all walked into a house and we've talked to 2 people in the home. One qualifies and can be issued the policy, and one cannot. And usually the person that cannot drives the decision for the one that can, and it both becomes a no. So now we have taken that objection off the table for you with the use of the limited benefit care rider. Something else to note in our plan, we have 2 additional highlights that are offered to the plan holders. First is the household improvement, which is a $500 indemnity benefit paid directly to the policy level for a home modification to help the insured remain at the home. And home improvements can be, as you can see from the screen, modifications to a bathroom, doorways, hallways, maybe installing a ramp, but it's not limited to those. Okay, and then a care coordination benefit also pays a $500 indemnity paid benefit at policy level for helping the insured set up a care plan if that need arises. So where would someone find a care coordinator? Typically, care coordinators are already employed by a facility, such as an assisted living or a nursing facility. They could be employed by a doctor's office. Anytime that 2 of the 6 activities of daily living cannot be performed, usually they meet with a care coordinator anyway. So at least we're giving them something to be able to pay or help pay for that. Those who qualify for the limited benefit rider are also eligible for these 2 these 2 specific benefit highlights on the plan. Now let's talk about some optional riders, because this will really help personalize a care package for your client's needs. And of course, some of these are available in the state, some of them are not. So you're going to definitely want to check My Enroller to see if there's any exclusions in your area. So the first one is the Facility Care Benefit Rider, which allows clients to elect a daily benefit up to that $500 a day that I was talking about earlier for an additional 360 days of care in a facility with an elimination period matching or different than that 0 or 20-day elimination period. So they could have a 0 elimination period on their base plan and have a 20-day elimination period on their Facility Care Benefit Rider. That's okay. This also comes with this rider also comes with that 21-day bed reservation benefit that pays the daily it pays the daily amount to hold a bed in the facility during a hospital stay if the policyholder should need to leave the facility for some reason to go to a hospital. We will hold that bed for them for 21 days. This benefit is also eligible for one-time restoration. So if the insured recovers and does not need care for that 180 days, we will again restore this rider back to them one time. The inflation protection benefit, it can add inflation protection to either the base plan alone, the facility benefit alone, or both. So the inflation protection benefit will increase that daily benefit amount by 5% of the original daily benefit on the policy anniversary. There could be, again, some exclusions in certain states. So again, My Enroller is going to be the way to make sure that it is available. The adult daycare rider pays $50 per visit, up to 20 visits to an adult daycare setting. If this benefit is also eligible for restoration one time, again, if the insured becomes fully recovered and does not need care for 180 days or longer. The return of premium rider allows for a portion of the premium to be returned at policy termination. This is actually a graded benefit based on the duration of the policy. So if they hold on to the policy for 10 years, we're going to return 25% of the premiums based on termination. If they hold on to the policy for 15 years, we will return 35% of the premiums based on termination. And then at 20 years, we will return 50% of the premiums at time of termination. That payout is minus, of course, any claims paid at the time of termination. We also offer some very valuable discounts on our plan. So these could be a little confusing. However, extremely lucrative for your client to be able to save money on their premiums. I will again use an example for John and Kelly Rayburn as we kind of walk through this. So Kelly lives in the house with John. John is definitely over the age of 40. Kelly applies for an essential care plan on her own. And because she lives in the house with John over the age of 40, she would receive a 7% household discount because John's over 40, lives in the house with her. Okay. Now let's say John and Kelly, they both apply and are given an issue of an essential care plan. Now that they both apply and they're both over the age of 40, because that's the age, right? That's our issue, the lowest issue age. They now both apply. They're going to receive 14% off of their premiums on their short-term care plans. Okay, so each have separate essential care plans. Because they are applying together, they get 14%. And when they turn 65 and they apply for a Wellabe Medicare supplement, or if they're over the age of 65 and already have a Wellabe Medicare supplement, they will receive an additional 5%, or an additional 5% due to that multi-policy, because now they not only have the short-term care plans, they also have a Medicare supplement. Now, let's go back to the scenario where Kelly is super healthy and John not so much, and he becomes part of the limited benefit rider option on Kelly's plan. Because of the likelihood that the healthier spouse, which is Kelly, is going to have to care for her unhealthy spouse later on, which is going to be John, the premium discount to add him to her policy is only going to be 5%. Even though he's over the age of 40, he's going to be a burden. And let me tell you, people, he's a burden. He would be a burden on Kelly, right? That's the kind of idea here. We would only allow that 5% issue if we have two people on that plan. So one person applying lives in the house with someone else over the age of 40, they get 7%. Two people applying for the plan, that's 14% off of each one. they now have or have had a Wellabe Medicare supplement, they get an additional multi-policy discount of 5%. Healthy spouse, unhealthy spouse that has the rider on top of that policy, only 5%. Okay, clear as mud. I don't see any questions that popped in. So just to kind of give you an idea, we launched on August the 19th, this particular plan. We launched in 10 states, those 10 states that you see here in the ruby red color of Texas, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, West Virginia, and Georgia. We do have all plans available in those states, including the riders. And that leads me to the questions. I see a couple in here.
You do see it. Boy, go ahead then, Kel, because I can't see them on my side. I'm looking at the questions.
Okay. So it looks like there's a couple of people that said that there's no sound. Some people said that they couldn't hear. Other people say they can hear, so it must be sound on their computer. So here is a great question. So Stephen asked the question, and this is a question for Tom and Dennis. Commissions to the agent, how are they calculated? Also, what is the age group? So the issue age group is between 40 and 85, and I will allow Tom and Dennis to answer politically correct on the commission question.
You bet. If you guys can hear me, this is Tom. Basically, what you're going to want to do at the end of this webinar is get a hold of the marketer who invited you over to this webinar today, and then they can talk to you about the commissions and how you're set up. So we're going to respect the agencies, obviously, and your individual marketer who invited you will be able to help you with the commission questions. That was pretty PC, huh?
That was perfect. Bill, yes, we have filed in the state of North Carolina. Thank you for asking. That seems to be the state everybody asks about. It is filed. It is actually approved. It did not have an approval prior to our product implementation deadline. So North Carolina will roll out in the next set of states. And I know your follow-up question is going to be, when is that? I don't have a product implementation or launch date for you at this time. And then I have a, what are the premiums? The best way for you to be able to play around with the premiums are going to be through our quickquote.myenroller.com site. Or if you are currently appointed to Medico, you can go directly to MyEnroller and start playing around with the premium calculations. Just so that you are aware, there are tons of different ways that you can matrix these plans out. Not only do we give you the 5 riders, but there are between 90 days up to 360 days in, I think it's, Tom, you're going to probably have to help me out here. I think it's 90 days, 120, 180, 270, 300, 360, which is available for the essential care plans. And then we have dollar amounts running in $10 increments that go anywhere between $100. No, it goes down to $10 up to $300 on the home health care. And then it goes down, I think it's to $100 up to $500 on the facility care. In fact, if I can find my grid in my notes, hold on just a second. So the best, yes, yeah. It's, I mean, you have so many different ways to make premium work for a budget. The limited benefit rider has 3 different healthcare periods, which is 90, 120, 180. And they also have daily benefit options. The limited benefit rider is also graded. So the first year they get a different percentage of what they would get in that 3rd year and so forth. But the home health care for the limited benefit rider starts at $10 up to $100. So just so that you know, the best way to do that is through MyEnroller or to go out to the quickquote.myenroller.com site. Can we call underwriting with...
Oh, yep. I was just going to address that underwriting question. Go ahead.
So you absolutely can call underwriters for the clarification. So the nice part about Wellabe, and for those of you that have been appointed with us for quite a long time, know it as Medico, our underwriters have their own phones and their own lines, and they absolutely want to hear from you. They want you to be able to ask questions and be able to understand the best way to get these passed through underwriting. Absolutely reach out to our underwriters. And that phone number can actually be found on your Medico Information Center site or that Wellabe.com agent portal. So yes, you can definitely call for clarification on underwriting.
Hey, Kelly, not that anyone on this call would probably care about an incentive, but you may want to spend a minute or so and talk about the incentive that you launched at the very start that's running till the end of the year. And then I have another comment afterwards on adult daycare. So I'll let you handle that first.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was one other question that came in that was, what's the multi-policy discount? That multi-policy discount is if someone purchases a short-term care plan as well as adds it to their Wellabe portfolio with a med sup. So they would have a short-term care plan as well as a Wellabe Medicare supplement, either in force or enrolling in or have been in already. So we did launch what I will call the Fast Start incentive. The Fast Start incentive started on August the 19th when we launched the plan. If you sell 5 applications, so submit and issue 5 short-term cares, you're going to get $1,000. So you submit 5, issue 5, you get $1,000. You submit and issue the next 5, you get $750. And then any application submitted and issued after that is $100 per application. So the first 5 come in as a block of $1,000. So they're $200 basically per application, but it's going to come in as a block of 1,000. The next 5, so applications submitted and issued 6 through 10, is another $750. Application 11 ongoing is $100 per application. So it is, it's a really nice, lucrative, fast start. So I'd suggest getting out there and just banging out 5 at a time, right? You got 1 a week. There you go, 1 a week, and you will hit your incentive for sure.
That's fantastic. You know, it really is a very rich incentive, and we would encourage everyone, especially with AEP coming up, that you begin to look for those opportunities. I wanted to come back, Kelly, to when you talked about the limited benefit rider and how that helps to overcome an objection. One of the other things that helps to overcome objections is the adult daycare, because oftentimes people think that they're going to be that informal caregiver. And this is really a strong rider that I hope everyone will take a look at. And it's fairly inexpensive as well. That $50 a day is almost about the average cost of what it is for an adult daycare cost. And adult daycare is on the rise. It's up about 7.5% from 2022, and so that's just something to keep in mind when the client tells you that, hey, I already have my family's going to take care of me. I have a caregiver, and the opportunity for adult daycare is to really give that caregiver relief. And it's more like you drop them off and pick them up, almost the same way you would with daycare for kids. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention, because that is a rider that you don't often see in these short-term care plans.
Thank you. Yeah. There's a really cool adult daycare facility near where I live, and I see a lot of people going in and out of there. I think it's a great idea. I mean, you kind of start with daycare, right, as a baby, and you go out with adult daycare. I like it.
Yeah,
kind of morbid, but you know. There was another question about sales literature to order. There is a customer brochure that is already out on the Medico Information Center. You can order that and have it sent directly to yourselves. I believe you can order upwards of 100 pieces in quantity. And then there is an agent highlight sheet that is available. We are going to have a quick glance sheet for you. That's not going to be a highlight sheet, but it's going to be more like a sales sheet that you can take with you. Eventually, which we're still working on right now, is getting you a consumer presentation with a script. So you will be able to have a consumer presentation if you run seminars. That will be coming out. Something else that we're working on for the future is we are looking to have a solve for benefit, solve for premium calculator, so that you will be able to say, okay, Mr. Client, you want to be covered for home health care. Let's go ahead and say, okay, you're $100 a month in your budget or $60 a month for your budget. You can plug in that $60 and the calculator will actually it will solve for that budget for you, or you can solve for benefit, which is what you're doing right now. So there's pieces already out there. They're on the Medico Information Center. If you are not currently appointed with us, you probably don't know what that is, but that is your agent portal once you are appointed, and you can actually go out and order that material on your own and have it sent directly to you or to your agency. And I don't have any other questions that have popped in.
All right. Well, tell you what, Kelly, again, thank you very much. I appreciate those of you who attended. And I want to make sure you remember your next move is up to you. Go back to your marketer who invited you to the webinar, and they should be appointed or in the process if they're not already appointed for Wellabe. So we want to get you appointed there and get you set up. And then look for the other registrations for upcoming webinars as far as, tomorrow, I think we have one at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. That's going to show you how easy it is to go out and start the conversation about short-term care as well with your clients. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to work with you, and Kelly and her team are there to help as well. And like I said, this is a perfect opportunity. The extended care market is really swinging around, and those stats never change. Like Kelly talked about at the beginning, we know people need this type of care. They need this type of coverage, and it's agents like you, even if you're up to your neck in Medicare, you have to make sure you take the initiative to help those Americans, because with 70% of the people needing some type of extended care, and 90% of the adults in America never had a serious conversation about protecting themselves and their families, this is your opportunity to really go out and help some people and really lock in some really great products. This Wellabe product's got some really nice things to it. That two-tiered underwriting you're going to see is really nice, and it's going to be something that you can help people who wouldn't be able to be helped by some of the other products in the market. So again, I'll turn it over to Dennis, but Kelly, thank you so much for taking your valuable time, especially on vacation, to come on and jump on today and spread your knowledge. So thanks, Kelly.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Anybody?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, thanks everyone. Tom, I think you said it well, and Kelly, thanks so much. It was concise and to the point, and we look forward to seeing the progress with Wellabe as it is very well positioned in the marketplace. And Kelly talked about really where its strength it plays, and there's the availability with the tools and resources. It's really just up to you. And again, as Tom said, look for some other opportunities to get more knowledge and product, and also on how to take a consultative approach. We'll be working with, I'm sure, many of you that will be attending future webinars. So thanks, everyone.
The next step is yours. Contact your marketer for more information and to start offering short-term care solutions to your clients. And be sure to sign up for our other short-term care hot topic webinars.